and welcome back to another episode of Women Unleashed. Today we are talking about toxic friends, which is a very juicy episode, hence why I've decided to have my toxic friend with me.
What do you mean?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
It's true.
No, I decided to have you on because you're actually a person that's,
Quite toxic.
straight to the point, and you've always got my back, and you're not toxic in that way. You're toxic in different ways,
Like what?
I don't
What
think
do
this is
you
an
mean?
episode for the podcast. I don't think this is something we should be
Yeah,
discussed.
no, 100%. I agree.
Yeah?
I do have your back.
You do,
On a good
exactly.
day.
Exactly. Have you got any toxic friends? Like, actually people who don't benefit your life or who you feel like have used you in the past?
I don't anymore. I think over the last couple of years, I've came to a place in my life where I'm actually okay with letting, like, friendships, relationships run their course, that sort of way. But definitely when I was younger, like, there was a lot of people in my life that would have been my friends, but not really my friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There would have been just people I see every now and again or go out at the weekends with, and it's like your party friends or whatever, but not somebody that you could phone when something goes wrong in your life. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Or, like, I've definitely had friends in the sense that I think they were getting their benefit from me, but if I needed something, I wouldn't be getting that back, and I was just afraid to let go of them. Not even afraid to let go of them, but I didn't, until I actually found value in myself, I didn't realize that that was an issue.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I was the same though. Like, I was actually afraid to let people go because certain people, yeah, you do like them, but you don't realize that it's actually not for the right reasons that you like them probably. And you don't want to let them go because, or maybe they are your good friend, but they are really, really incredibly toxic. And I think it was maybe when I turned 25 that I actually started to cut people off, and I was like, you don't serve my life, you don't serve no purpose. And that is because I think we develop our frontal lobe by 25. That's my excuse.
Babes, we don't have a frontal lobe.
I'm missing that part of my
Me
brain.
and you do not have is the frontal lobe. No, but I'm the exact same. Like, I would say for me, it's been over the last couple of years,
Yeah, me
more
too.
so than anything. But yeah, I used to just be friends with everybody. And like, I used to be friends with everybody, but then in the back of my mind, I'm like, this person's fishy. I don't like this person. And I don't like falling out with people.
I'm the same. I hate it.
But I'm at a stage in my life now where I'll just ghost, I'll disappear, and I'll not speak to you again. Like, if you've fucked me over, and me and you always talk about this, like, trust wise, if one of my friends breaks my trust, I'll never trust them again. I'll pass myself by you, but you're not a friend to me anymore. Whereas beforehand, I would have been like, oh, it was just a one-time thing, let it slide, and that's on me. Like, that's something I was lacking at the time. I just didn't have boundaries.
That's it. It's setting boundaries, isn't it, with people? And I was the same. And, you're a lot better than me at stuff like that now. Still. I still have, still need to set boundaries, but I'm getting better at it. But it was like, I used to be such a pushover. People would just walk all over me all the time. And like, I'd be the nice person, try and help people. And they would always just turn it around on me. And I'd be the bad person in the story,
Yeah, I always shout at you for this.
Yeah.
Dom doesn't know how to set boundaries.
I've got better. I have got better, and I've cut people off. Like, last year or year before was the year that I cut off the most people. And it was sad because, I enjoyed them people's company and I did like them. But the things that they did to me, I just actually thought it's not worth it because they're so fucking toxic.
But this is the thing, like, there's a difference between having fun with somebody and enjoying their company and them actually being a genuine person that you need to keep in your life. And me and you spoke about this not that long ago. Like, you can have fun with people, but that does not in any way or shape mean that they are actually your friend. Like, what's the qualities of a good friend? You need to trust them. Do you know what I mean?
Loyalty.
Yeah, you want to have fun, but that's like at the bottom of the list. You need somebody that you can actually go and talk to when shit's going down in your life. Do you know what I mean? And they'll actually be there to support you.
Someone that's got your back.
Yeah.
Not somebody that just chats shit about you behind your back, which a lot of people do, is just gossip. Like,
Exactly.
I couldn't imagine sitting there talking badly of you. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's certain people that I probably could, but they're not my real friends.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that's how I know who my real friends are, because I know they wouldn't do that about me. Or if it is, they would probably say it to my face as well.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. And like, everybody has wee bickers and everybody falls out in terms of friends and stuff like that, and it's okay to say something about your friend behind their back if you can say it to their face.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I would say something to your face and you would get butthurt about it, I'd tell you to grow up. Like,
and then I'll tell you to go do one, so it'd be
Yeah.
a great conversation.
and then
like.
half an hour later, we're in love again.
Yeah, literally. It's not really an argument. We're just like, oh, whatever. Kind of.
Yeah, like, you do my head in, but like, I still
That's
love
healthy.
you.
Oh, everybody heard it. She loves me.
I'm only joking.
The woman with no emotions.
Oh, I was gonna say something there, but I can't remember what I was gonna talk about. But what do you think changed for you, like, over the last year, that you were like, okay, I actually need to cut these people off?
It was actually a situation. It was a
Okay.
situation where I was really, really hurt by a girl who I thought was such a good friend to me at the time. And I'm not going to name any names. I could, but again, if you'd have asked me this 2 years ago, I probably would have told you
Yeah.
the name. But now there's no point. But basically what happened was me and my ex had split up, and, you know, me and her were friends, and then she just randomly stopped talking to me. And then I found out, and I seen the messages that she'd put in a girls group chat with 2 other girls that I know, saying, ha ha ha, my ex-boyfriend, not going to name his name, left Dom, he never loved her anyway. Like,
Yeah.
who even says that? You've seen what I've been through. You've seen everything on social media, etc., that I've had to go through. Why are you saying that? Like, to other people, first of all, that makes me look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Why would you not reach out and be like, hey, I've seen what's happened. Are you okay? Like, that really, really got me. And I remember sitting there and thinking, I can't trust anyone these days. I felt so hurt by it, especially because we were so close and I'd done so much for that person. You know, she came and stayed with me when I lived in Marbella. Like, I helped her through her heartbreak, etc. I told her things that, you know, I knew about the guy she was with at the time because, you know, girls code. I thought I'll help her. No, she just absolutely backstabbed me.
Yeah, but that just shows, you know, the type of person that she was.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, and this is what I was gonna say about, like, some of your friends are just there for the gossip.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, a couple of years ago, like, I had like a group. There weren't even a group of friends. I had a friend there, a friend there. They were all like in different groups in that sense. And I realized, like, at the time I was going through shit, and it would have been like almost like a obsession. Like, I didn't realize this at the time. I thought they were looking out for me. They're like, oh, what's going on now?
Yeah.
Like, is everything okay? How's the whole situation or whatever? And then once I set my boundary, got out of that situation, my life improved for the better. We have
Yeah.
nothing to fucking talk about,
Exactly.
which is
It's
so
mental.
sad. Like, they were there, which I thought they were there whenever I was going through shit, but it wasn't that. It was to have something to gossip
to
about,
talk about.
to talk about, exactly. And then whenever they actually see you doing well, all of a sudden it's like,
They just disappear.
that's it.
They just
And like,
disappear.
I like would talk to, like, I never, like I said, I never fell out with the girls or anything like that, but even now, if something like comes up, it's always about like, hey, how are you? I'm good. Well, has everything changed since that last time, or
Yeah.
has there been any update on the situation?
Trying
I'm
to get
like,
gossip out of you.
yeah, I'm like, why are you even bringing that up?
yeah.
And I seen like a quote the other day, and actually like hit a what? A nerve.
Yeah.
Yeah, it hit a nerve with me, and it was like, if you are basically, like, it was something along the lines like, if you're basically somebody that keeps asking me about a situation or about somebody I've cut off, you're next.
Oh, you're the next one. Yeah. It's the same
Honestly,
sort of thing,
though,
isn't it?
like, if I'm not talking about them, why do you feel the need to talk
Yeah.
about them?
Yeah, 100%. Kind of going back to what we were saying though about my situation, it kind of sprung back memories from when this wasn't long after me and you met. This whole situation that happened, right? And I remember we must have known each other like 3 months maybe at this stage, and I was in Dubai and you was in Ireland.
What did we do?
No, and I was really upset. Can you remember? I was like crying, having panic attacks and everything. And you didn't even know me. We'd met once in person at that time.
We didn't even speak.
Yeah, no, we barely
Like-
spoke, but you was coming out to stay with me in Dubai. And I remember you phoning me. That's actually making me quite emotional. Oh my God, my eyes are tearing up. I'm
Only
actually
one
tearing
person
up.
can make her cry. Bad times and good times.
Yeah. No, like genuinely, like you were the only person that would phone me and talk to me and like calm me down and whatnot. I remember that as clear as day. You had your avocado udi on.
Yep, if anybody knows me, that's me. And my avocado. Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah, that was. But this is the thing. Like, yeah, me and you didn't really know each other, but I knew I was coming out to see you.
Yeah.
And, like, with the shit that was going on in your life, like, do you know what I mean? Like, I would have been a dick not to
Yeah,
phone
yeah.
you. Like, yeah, I didn't have to, but and I didn't know you well enough to take on your issues essentially at that point, but I was gonna live with you.
So you needed to know
I
the
needed
gossip.
to know something.
That's what it is. You just needed to know the gossip.
Yeah, and she used to ring me and she used to cry all the time, and then I came out and she didn't fucking cry once.
Exactly, because you bring happiness into my life, but then you just made me cry just then. Almost.
That was positive.
Yeah, positive cry.
Do you remember me in Morocco? That time I started crying.
Why was you crying?
I know. I was like, I just feel so grateful right now.
Oh yeah,
Right,
we were
bear
sat
in
in a
mind-
cafe.
Let's paint a picture. I do not cry, okay?
She has no emotions.
I
She's
am dead inside. We are trying to work on this. Yeah, I just don't get emotional. Shit doesn't faze me that much.
We're trying to make you more emotional and trying to make me a little bit more dead.
Yeah, it's not working on me, but she's becoming dead.
That's
Starting to
true.
work on her. Yeah, and then just one day I was just sitting there and I was like,
We were in a cafe working in Morocco.
I was like, I'm just so grateful for our little life and how we met and how much it has changed. And then, like, sweat started coming out of my eyes or something.
It wasn't even that hot. I can't blame the sweat.
There was liquid in my eyes.
What is that?
Allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird
But it's
times.
It's nice to see you have emotions.
Yeah, same. You know what? I want that back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to bring it back.
Yeah, I think so. No, I feel like you have got better. Like you'll prod me more with your finger now and be like, "I'm showing affection."
Right, yeah. So Dom loves hugs and she feels the need. Like if somebody's sad, if I was sad, she would come and hug me. And I don't understand.
No comprende.
No, I don't speak this language.
No.
Please stay at your distance and feed me.
That's your language, food.
Food, yeah, exactly. We just have different love languages, you know, but yeah. I'm not an affectionate person like that. So that's why it's hard for me. Like if you're crying, I don't know what to do. That's why, like, I know you like affection, but I'm not going to sit and hug you because I would probably vomit. So I just pin you.
Yeah, I mean, that works.
It works because you know what I'm trying to do and then it makes you laugh.
Yeah, of course, of course. And I'm going to relate that back to kind of the toxic friendship side of things. So for you, it's probably been easier to detach from people.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
You know what though? I've always found I find it harder to detach from friends than relationships or like men. Do you know what I mean? Men I can cut off like
Yeah, back gone.
They're gone before they come in, you know? No, but like with relationships, like the two serious relationships I've had in my life, guys, I've always found it easier to cut them off or like once I'm like, okay, that's it for me. But with friends, I'm more lenient. Like, okay, you fucked me over, but we've been friends for so long. Maybe, you know, it was a mistake. Maybe we needed to. So it's definitely harder for me in that sense. But I think, over the last couple of years, I've grown up in the sense that I realize what I bring to the table as a friend and not in a cocky way. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, I wouldn't do that on you. So if you're willing to do that on me, one, you've already broke my trust. So that's gone. And once that's gone for me, I don't even like you as a person. You know,
straight to the point.
Honestly, though, like that, like trust has always been my biggest thing. And then once I don't trust you, I can't like be myself around you. Do you know what I mean? You know the way I get on. I can't let other people know that.
No, of course, no. Do you feel like you've ever had to cut someone off that you really didn't want to cut off, like one of your best friends that you loved so much, and you did not want to cut them off? But you had to for your own good because they were serving you no purpose.
100%. One of my friends stole from me.
Oh, wow. What did you steal? I feel like it's going to be like a makeup sponge or something.
No, it
Quite
was
serious.
Oh my god, what's that Vivienne Westwood necklace?
Oh wow. How old was you? Because I feel like Vivienne Westwood's like back in high
No,
school days.
this was like 3 years ago.
Okay.
And was it 3 years? Maybe a wee bit longer, but I fucking love that necklace. I'm raging. So basically, I'm not gonna go into detail with the story, but she was the type of person that at the time, like, she was my best friend. Do you know what I mean? We literally spent every freaking day together, got super close and everything else, and everything was 100%. And then it was a matter of fact, like, we things started flagging up. Do you know what I mean? We were going a night out, she would leave me or disappear, like when she knows that that's something I'm not comfortable with, or like just wee comments were being said here and there, or she would put me in situations that she knew that I wouldn't be comfortable in. And like this happened a number of times, and I kept still giving her the benefit of the doubt. And yeah, this I would say went on for at least a year and a half.
Okay.
Like I still would have trusted her, turned to her for with everything, just because I feel like she's the type of person that I needed to come into my life at that time.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of way. Like now looking back, it was a lesson learned, but I think at the time I was so lost that like I attracted that toxicity. Do you know what I mean?
And you do attract it when you're in that vulnerable position. You do attract them types of people.
100%.
But I believe everyone comes into your life for a purpose and a reason as well. You know.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, so this was going back and forth for years, and like other people were pointing it out to me. Do you know what I mean? Like, she's playing you dirty. She's doing this. She's doing this. And then, yeah, my necklace went missing. She was the only person that was in my house. Didn't think anything of it. I thought I just lost it because you know what I'm like. I like to lose things multiple times a day. So I thought that I just lost it. And then she asked me for a lift from somewhere. And I lifted her, and she was wearing the necklace. Obviously, I couldn't turn around and be like,
Is that mine?
is that my necklace? So, but I did message her before that, and I asked her if she'd seen my necklace, because she was in my house all the time. And she was like, no, haven't seen it, whatever. And then I was like, oh my God, did you get the same necklace as me? And she's like, yeah, my sister got it for me in like fucking DV8, right? Like one of them dupe ones, because they were such a hype at the time. So me and my other friend went on and started Googling. And this is already a red flag when you're sitting like I was slobbering about her at that point to my other friend, you know what I mean? Because I knew what's going on. Yeah, and DV8 didn't even sell them necklaces, and blah 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 blah. Whole thing went down. Turns out she took my earphones as well.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Stealing from your friends, like, come on. I mean, I'll take your hairspray, do you know what I mean? Like, I'll take that from you. You borrow a bit of my deodorant.
I usually just go in and take your shit anyway.
Like,
tell you after, I'm like, I had this. I have this actually.
Yeah. I ate your date today. Cool. Fine.
But
I'll eat yours tomorrow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Your date. No, honestly. Yeah, but obviously, but that's different. Do you know what I mean? Like, you would go in and take something, and I wouldn't care. I'll find it a week later. It's like me and Natalia. Do you know what I mean? Like, if she went into my wardrobe, she'd probably realize that she has more clothes than she thinks she does, because half of them are in there. But this is the thing, she knows where they're at if she needs them. Like, whereas this was just
a different situation.
And it really, really hurt me in the sense, I'm like, why would you do that to your friend? Do you know what I mean? Steal from somebody you don't know. Like, not somebody that's meant to be your best friend, and like the lying and the manipulating, like behind the scenes, and how much she went out of her way to make up a whole story. At that point I was like,
I'm done.
This is not worth it. And it is, it'll always be one thing that triggers it.
Yeah.
And that's in everything, in relationships and friendships. Like, you will tolerate so much until, like, she fucked me over in so many situations that were more hurtful, but the part that hurt me is that she lied to me about stealing my bloody necklace.
Exactly. Just tell the truth. Like, the truth can be hard, you know, but it's worse when it comes out later, you know, telling white lies.
Oh, 100%. But yeah, it was just the principle I didn't understand. Like, if she wanted to borrow it, I would have gave it to her.
Yeah, literally.
Do you know what I mean?
Innit?
But you ain't got to steal it.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can lend you it. It's cool, bruv.
Yeah, it's weird.
Okay, cool. So, in terms of toxic,
anyway, what was the question?
have you ever cut off somebody that you didn't want to cut off?
Yeah, well, I suppose her.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm thinking, if people are listening and they're like, well, what does toxic mean? Like, what does a toxic friend look like? How can I know if a friend is being toxic? What would you say?
Okay, so a toxic friend would be somebody that, you know, you just don't feel comfortable around. Like, there's wee things they say that are like hidden compliments, but they're really like slight digs at you.
Digs, yeah.
That's toxic as hell. People that talk about their other friends excessively and slag them off,
because you know they're doing that about you as well.
They're doing the exact same about you. Friends that portray a wee bit of jealousy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I fucking hate that. And I had a situation like that not that long ago, and I've completely distanced myself from this person. But yeah, like, getting jealous over your friends, or like making comments on how your friends look to try and...
Was that your friend Joanna?
What? Why did you bring Joanna in? Okay, Joanna, if you're listening, I'm being bullied for being friends with you.
No, it's an inside joke. It's an inside joke that we had.
I think you have to explain the joke, because Pure Woman thinks now she's being bullied.
Oh no, we were just having a discussion on Saturday, me, you, and another one of Ista's friend, Because did you not say that, oh, me and Yavida are now good friends? And I was like, oh,
yeah,
well,
so basically I was pretending to be jealous because Dom has another friend that she goes for dinners with and stuff like that. So they turned around and ganged up on me and went, well, you and Joanna always do things together.
yeah, so we were just having an inside joke. Anyway, back to the topic. Of
Anyway, it wasn't Joanna. I like Joanna. She's
I'm
nice.
joking.
She's not toxic.
Joanna. Joanna.
Yeah, with that friend, like, I completely distanced myself away from her, but it was like little comments on, you know, right, put it this way. Whenever you're getting like ready for a night out or whatever, and I'm like, you look good, you
Yeah.
look nice. If you wear a bright pink dress, I'm like, you look stupid.
Yeah,
You know, I'll be
honestly.
honest with what way things look with you. This friend would purposely tell me to wear something that doesn't look good on
I
me.
hate them friends.
Like,
Literally, like,
she's
tell
like,
you.
no, that looks beautiful. I'm like, first of
Bitch,
all,
are you
my ass
blind?
crack is out. Second of all, it's like 10 sizes too big for me. What do you mean? And I've never wore green in my life.
You look like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, literally, honestly. Yeah, that's a toxic friend.
Yeah.
Like, that's just them projecting their insecurities onto you. Like, do you know what I mean with that side of things? Like, I want my friends to look good because I don't want to be standing beside somebody.
Exactly. You need to think about yourself as well. You need to be
Yeah.
selfish, you know? And I would say people that are also, oh no, it's floating out my head. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, brain fog's hitting me. Did I eat gluten?
Oh, this.
Here we go.
Here we go.
again. No, people that, you know, when you're, say, for example, out with them, and they'll go out of the way to,
Embarrass you.
yeah.
Oh my god, you're so right.
Yeah.
That is a massive one. Like, try to, like say, even if you're in a group with guys or whatever, and one of your friends likes a guy, he's like, I've seen it so many with girls, like, trying to be like, oh, she's this and she's that, like, but trying to joke it off in a way.
Yeah.
Like me saying,
Like,
you're a
ju-
whore.
Like, I was just about to say, like, you saying to that guy in front of Anthony Joshua, in front of Anthony Joshua,
Anthony didn't hear. Anthony was chilling in the corner.
she went, yeah, she's a whore. And the guy believed her.
To be fair, though, it was an obvious joke.
Yeah, to
Do
me
you know
it was
what I mean?
obvious. To anyone else it would be obvious. This man must have been so dumb. I hope it's not.
No, honestly though, and I compare that situation to somebody else because I've done that in front of another guy. Do you
Yeah.
remember? And I was like, "Oh, she's a whore" or whatever, and they were like, "How?"
Yeah,
Do you
and
know
they
what
were
I
just
mean?
laughing it off.
Winding the whole thing up because there was a whole context behind that conversation, which we don't need to get into. Like,
No.
but it was nothing to do with you being a hoe.
Oh no.
But yeah, this guy took it literal, and he was like, "Really?"
Like, he looked
And I was
disgusted.
like, "Does he actually believe me?"
I was like, she's joking. I was like, she's honestly joking, I promise.
This is the point that Anthony ran away.
This is the point where we need to actually think before we speak when we're on nights out, because not everybody has the same sense of humour as me and you.
But you know what? If they don't get our humor, they
Then-
don't need to be there.
they don't know.
So that guy,
I mean,
Totally
his
do.
friend can stay. Anyway,
Jay.
I had another thing to say with toxic friends, but we've kind of deviated again and it's just flown out my head. What did you say last?
About like insulting your friends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
not insulting them, but doing it in a jokey way.
So you said that
Jealousy.
You had friends that used to do that.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely.
To you?
Yeah.
Or to like each other?
No, to both. I'm just, you know what I'm like, and I'll lap the whole thing up and make you look stupid. Like, I don't care. It'll backfire, but I've seen it, girls doing it on other girls,
Yeah.
which is just dirty action as well. Do you know what I mean? If your friend likes a lad, why are you going into competition with your friend
Yeah.
for that?
No, you should be working together. Or people that use you. That's also very, very toxic. You know, use you because you have something, or because you're a good time, or because if you go out, you'll pay, or whatever. Like, there's situations where, you know, I've been friends with people and they have literally used me because of the people that I know,
Yeah.
or the things that I do, and they just want to be around that. They don't care about being friends with me. They care about the other people that I'm with.
It's the benefit that they get from acting like they're your
Yeah.
friend. Do you know what I mean? Which, yeah, but that's the thing. That's not your friends, and people like that will always come in and out of your life.
They're
and I think,
acquaintances.
and that's fine. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's fine to have those, but yeah, I think you need to be so careful with who you actually consider your friend and who's just somebody, you know, to pass time with.
Yeah.
In that sense, like everybody has like their party friends.
Yeah,
Do you know what I
of
mean?
course.
And that's fine. You can go out with them and have a good time. But and that's one thing I always like talk about. I'm like, they're like, oh, I have so many friends. Like we're doing this and this. I'm like, are they your friends or they're somebody you drink with every
Yeah.
weekend? Because if something like if shit hit the fan with you, would they be driving to your house? Would they be calling you?
Would they be bailing you out of prison?
A lot has happened in these couple of months.
I didn't even think about that. Actually,
Yeah.
that just came out in a completely different way. 'Cause
Literally.
me and you had this conversation. I said, like, you know, who would you call to bail you out of prison? And I was like, I'd call you. And you was like, with what money?
No, well, we found out the prices of bail, so we need to remortgage the house and shit, and maybe bring another 6 people on board. But yeah, but this, yeah, I would call you because one, you wouldn't judge for what I'm in there for. Which
Oh,
is
no, I'd
probably
be
gonna
like,
be
go on,
something
my gal.
Stupid.
Like,
Maybe
go on.
don't encourage me.
Maybe I'd do it with you, so we'd both be in there. And then who do we call?
Oh shit!
Ghost
We need another friend. Dickhead.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have any friends. We've had no, but I do have a lot of friends, but they're not like
You have a lot of
like,
people that you know.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry. So yeah, they're not actual friends. They're just acquaintances. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I have a lot of people that I can go out for dinner with and see and have a catch up with. Cool. I'm not going to tell them my private life and my what I did this weekend or what I'm going through. But that's
Yeah.
something that I would tell you. And again, you can't trust people like that. Like I was always stupid, and I would tell people like everything. I would because I was just stupid and I trusted people, and I got done over so many times. And I think as well, if you've got friends that make you feel like shit, they're toxic.
100%. Like judgmental friends. Do you know what I mean? Like your friends should not. Don't get me wrong. If you are like doing something with your life and you're fucking about and whatever else, I think your friends should be the ones to tell you that you need to wise up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And at the time, you're not gonna want to hear it, but it'll be those people that you go back and thank.
Yeah, later
down the line. Whereas the other people will be like, say for example, like imagine I started partying every freaking Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you know that's just not who I am as of recently. No, but you know that there's something going on if I'm doing that. Like, and if you came to me and you'd be like, wise up, I'd probably tell you to wise up. But 6 months down the line, when I catch on with what's going on and everything catches up with me, you're the one I'm gonna come and thank.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's your friends. Whereas the other people would be like, oh, why are you not out on the Monday as well? You know, let's go out an extra
Yeah,
day.
and they're trying to pull you down with them. Like if your people, your close friends, aren't pushing you to do better and they're dragging you down, they're not your real friends. You need to have people around you who push you to be better. You grow together. Yes, you might have the odd night out, whatever. Yes, you might have the odd bad day with them, go off the rails. But if them people are just constantly be like, oh, well, sack work off and go out instead, like they don't want you to do well. And you should want your friends to do well.
100%. And on that note, and I think you'll be able to relate to this quite a lot too, I've lost a lot of people from starting my business and my business is doing well.
And I've lost a lot of people from saying no to events and like, when people ask you, oh, do you want to go out for food? You're like, no, I'm working or whatever. They stop asking you, which is fine, but it's like you clearly don't
respect that.
Yeah, you don't respect my hustle.
don't even mean it from that perspective though, but people, like, your friends should be excited for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I even say whenever I launched my podcast or whatever, the girls were messaging me like, oh, congratulations, like buzzing for you, I've been listening to such and such
episode.
Like, those are your friends that want to see you do well.
Other
Other people pretend to be there, but they'll never buy your product, they'll never even share a post. Do you know what I mean? You don't see them do anything for your business, especially when you're starting it on your own. Do you know what I mean? Like,
They're
if
just
you
jealous.
open a cafe, they wouldn't fucking step foot in the cafe.
no, they would, but they'd ask for free coffee.
Oh, can we please talk about this? Hi, can I have a friend discount? No, you fucking can't.
You should be
My real
supporting.
friend wouldn't ask me for that.
No,
Do you know what I
100%.
mean?
No, your friend would support your business. Your friend would pay for whatever it is because they want you to do well, not because it's free. You know what? If I want to give you it free, that's different.
Yeah.
If it's me that's saying, look, no, it's fine, whatever, that's cool. Don't ask.
100%.
Like, when I opened up my aesthetics business, every single person I had were like, can I have it at cost price? Can I have it at cost price?
Like, you still have to pay for everything.
Like, how is my business going to grow?
Yeah.
I've got a friend who's got a clothing company here, and I said to you the other day, I said, you know what, I'm going to support a business, buy a play suit. I didn't ask her for discount.
100%.
I bought it to support a business.
Literally.
Like, that's what real friends do. That's what real people do if they want somebody to do well.
But that's exactly it. Like Natalia, for example, I've been coaching her on and off for years. Not once did she come to me and be like, "Can I have it for free?" I've coached her for free all these years, but every single time she was offering me money, she said she'll pay this much. She was like, I'm like, no. She's like, let me at least pay half. No. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's coming from me
Yeah.
because I knew having her on. I know she's supportive. She's always been there from fucking day one when I started my business. She posts my posts. She reshares everything. Like, she actually helps my business.
Yeah.
And I use her photos for promo
Yeah.
in terms of that. So, like, I'm getting something from that as well, which she knows and she's fully aware of in that sense. But not once did she, and that's my best friend.
Yeah.
If anybody, she was the one that could have asked for free. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
But it's people that I know from school that I've spoke to twice. They're like, "Oh, remember we were in P4 in the same
I'm
class?"
like,
No, who are you? Like,
yeah, literally don't remember you at all.
honestly,
And it's jealousy. That's a big thing as well that comes through. You know, when like with us with our businesses and we do well, and people no longer are interested because one, they're jealous or they're hating on you, or you know, it's like, okay, well, if you're not happy for me, you're really clearly miserable with your own life.
but you know what? And that's exactly it. Or like, all I hear is like, "Oh my God, you're doing so well. How do you know?" Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's one thing I always say. Like, how do you know? Have you asked me once how I'm getting on? Have you asked about this? Like,
People
those,
just assume.
they just assume. They see the highlights, and that's fair enough because that's what we advertise.
Yeah.
Like, I don't show my private life on my
No.
social media. I'm not gonna put up a post going, "Business has been dead."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Maybe
like,
maybe get more clients that way. Maybe people won't feel sorry for you and want to support you. Maybe that's reverse psychology.
huh,
Something to think about.
guys. Okay. There you go. I'm gonna push my prices up too. I'm joking. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, those are fake friends because not once did they ask you how you went about it or how this is going. Is everything going all right now? It's, you are doing so well. Thanks.
Thank you.
Do you know what I mean?
Glad you are.
Me having a mental breakdown 25 minutes ago.
It's only really me that sees the behind the scenes.
Yeah, I've actually been pretty chill. If you're worse than me, I feel like one of us has to be mellow.
No, it's either one or the other. Like, if both of us break down at the same time, we're gone. We're out of that window. Oh, I better not say stuff like that on my podcast because my mum's going to kill me again. Like that time we were talking about getting hit by a
Should
bus.
jump off the verge. Pretty view.
That's a nice view. It's
You
not
can't
even
see it.
there.
It's very dark.
It's not there yet. It's not great weather. Anyway, look at us. Just, what's the weather today? Yeah, podcast about toxic friendship. How's your weather? Anyways, let's say 3 things, right, that you would advise somebody to do to get rid of the toxic friends.
3.
3.
That's a lot.
Okay, 2 then.
Right. Okay. Let me think.
Top 2.
I would advise for people to cut off. Okay. So if you're trying to cut somebody off, it's not going to be easy to start with. And you'll have to sort of, like, you have to set that boundary with yourself.
Yeah.
So number one thing I would say is, depending on what type of person you are, either let the relationship run its course and sizzle out, or be upfront with that person.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe you would be more upfront.
Like, distance yourself a little
Distance yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because
Oh, yeah, I would. I never used to be like this, though. Like, that's something that's come over the last, like, maybe 4 years. Like, I will confront somebody now.
whereas I don't feel the need to do that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I needed to, if something popped up, 100% I can say it straight to your face. But if somebody else fucked me over, I don't feel like I owe you an explanation.
Yeah.
I don't want you in my life. You're never going to talk to me again. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to let it sizzle out. So it just depends the type of person you are. And I suppose it depends on the situation as well. But I would say, if you don't want a big falling out, if you don't want to cause a scene, distance yourself from that person. That would be definitely the number one thing. And the number 2 is set boundaries with yourself.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if all the people around you are toxic, like, that is what you are, or what you're going to become.
Say, you're the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And you have to acknowledge that as well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The reason you're attracting these people is because you are lacking something. And it could be just from, like, that could have just came from the environment that you're in.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly surrounded by those people you don't know, like, any different.
Yeah.
And you have to be sort of the black sheep and take a step out of that group and realize what it is that you want, because that's when you're going to attract the right people.
Yeah.
Did that answer your question?
I did. You just have to, yes, it might be sad, yes, it might be hard, but you need to think, if you feel stuck at the moment, is it the people around you that are keeping you stuck? Once you remove yourself from that situation, you might actually end up, so many opportunities might start to happen and, come to you because you've cut off all the people that weren't serving you, and you meet friends that are better, and you actually create better friendships with real people that you enjoy.
100%. And that's one thing I was going to say. Like, don't be afraid to meet other people, because any toxic friendship group will bully you for meeting another person.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? If you go grab a coffee with somebody else, they'll have comments to make. Who is she? Why are you doing that? Like, she's this and that.
Again, it's jealousy.
Jealousy. Me too.
Yeah.
But I'm joking.
Yeah.
I actually let you go. Yeah, but that is such a red flag in terms of like friendship groups. And if you see that from your friends, whenever you go and meet somebody else, like, that's a warning sign that is your friendship group, and that's who you need to pull away from.
Yeah.
Because those people don't want you to do better. They want you stuck in the miserable little circle that they're in
That
forever.
they're in, yeah.
And you will be stuck.
Oh, yeah.
You won't
100%.
see it. Like, what do they say? If the 4 people around you are losers, you're going to be the 5th.
Yeah.
If the 4 people around you are millionaires, you're going to be the 5th.
Yeah, exactly.
Banana.
Oh, did I know you were going to say that?
Okay.
Okay. These inside jokes, guys. Inside jokes. I was going somewhere with that, and then you've just completely, like, knocked me off with a banana. Banana. You said about the 4 people and the 5th one.
Millionaire.
Yeah, no, it was before that.
Yeah, the people you surround yourself, that's what you're going to become, essentially, If
Yeah.
they're losers, you're going to be also a loser.
Yeah.
And you get to make that choice. Like, sometimes you have to be in that. Do you know what I mean? You have to stay in certain situationships, relationships, friendships to learn your lesson, essentially.
Yeah, you do.
And
100%.
run your
I know
course.
what I was going to say. That toxic friendships are just as bad as toxic love relationships.
I think they're worse.
Yeah.
100%.
'Cause you struggle to get out of it.
That's what I was going to say. And I said this to you the other day as well. Walking away from a toxic friendship is so much harder than a toxic
Yeah.
relationship. I know that's not me saying it's easy to walk away from a toxic relationship. Obviously it's not, but what I'm saying is, with a relationship, you met that person for a certain period of time.
Yeah.
You could have been friends with somebody for 8 years,
Yeah.
and you tolerated their shit for 8 years. You can't find a justification as to why you should cut this person off, and there's more guilt associated with it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And of course you're gonna miss the fun times that you maybe had with them, or like you used to have a memory together. You're gonna think of that person, but 100%, I feel like when there's not like a romantic sort of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, if
Connection?
it's not, romantic connection, and it is just your friendship, it's always gonna be harder, because you still get your heart broken to a certain extent.
Yeah.
You know.
100%. I actually really enjoyed that episode.
Same.
I thought it was a good conversation.
We were rambling, but
yeah, rambling, but it's
nothing like
funny,
us.
isn't it?
yeah.
Do you know what we should have done? Just co-hosted a podcast. Would have saved one time.
What does that mean?
Like done like we have our separate podcasts. Done a co-host, like one podcast. And that's Shits and Gigs. Like they do it together.
Oh yeah,
We should have just done one podcast.
we can do that after.
Just have a third one. Just add more work to our workload.
Yeah.
But is there anything else that you want to add?
No.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I would just say, like, if this sort of hit a nerve with English, if this hit a nerve with you, listening to this, then it's probably a sign that there's people like that around you, and you need to remember they don't bring you any value, they don't serve you any purpose, and they're there short term, because eventually you will get to a point in your life where you want to cut them off anyway.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do it sooner than later, because that person's still gonna hurt you, they're still gonna talk behind your back, they're still gonna fuck you over. If, like I said, you're gonna get hurt to a point where you will end up cutting them off anyway. So do it sooner than later and stop wasting your own energy.
Or if this triggered you, you could potentially be the toxic person in your friendship group. So work on your shit.
100%. Stop bullying people.
Stop
It's
bullying
not
people.
nice.
Become
That's
a
so
nice
like
person.
2013.
Yeah, exactly. We left that ages ago. But thank you so much for coming on, and thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you in next week's episode.